So we're going to open it and see what is inside the content. I cannot say I did not open it before, but let's go in the back of the game first. So basically what they give you a few examples of what you can see inside the box. You have data card for the German, data card for the Soviet, and they will give you the stat for each vehicle that you can play into the game. So you have data card for those vehicles. Also, it said it's a game for 14 years old and higher, and it's 2 players or plus. So complexity, the top medium, and suitable and easy to learn, top 6, top medium, so really getting difficult after that. So they are just reaching the level of difficulty to reach almost difficult game to play. But also you have 2 versions you can play it. They call it the easy version. It's basically tank against tank, and you see you can shoot, you just roll dice, and how to manage to play should be not too difficult. And then you get more advanced rules. So this is the game. We also have an idea of what look like the markers for tank, airplane, gun, also infantry, command card to give you an idea where you are at with your tank. And that's it for this side. So let's open the box. Like I said, I opened it before, so it's not really new for me. So first what we're going to have here is the card that give you the basic rules. So it really help you to figure out rapidly what is the rules, what you can do, what you cannot do. For example, when you fire with your tank, AP, ammunition, and what you need to roll depending on the range of your aiming target. Also, it modifies because as the shot is get closer, you get the penetration of your round at a higher rate than if it is the target further down away from you. So they give you hit modifier, terrain effect, if depending if there's gully, hill, etc. It may affect your aiming, what you see, etc. Spotting range over here, table. AP hit location if you play a bit more advanced game. So you got 2 sides, side A and B, and this is more like advanced game play. So you got 2 cards exactly the same, so 2 are plus. So you got 2 cards, so 1 for each player. Like I said, it will not be the right order, but that's what it is for me. So you're going to just move the box away to bring one thing at the table at a time. So here we have basically what do you call that in the back? Those markers. So it marks your tank, it marks what you're doing, etc. So you have marker for BU. So when you burn up or blew up a tank, you get damage a tank. You block, ST, mine. So a bunch of stuff you can do, rubble. So if you, depending you're fighting, etc. You got turret, you got minefield over here. But the thing is, on the other side, you have different things. So if, for example, this is wire, and on the other side, it is block. So basically, they restrain you. They give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 block, or barricade. And they give you the same number of wire, barbed wire position, but they are on back of each other. That means you have to decide if it's going to be instinct wall or it's going to be a minefield, because basically, apparently, or barbed wire, because apparently you cannot have both in this game. You can choose one or the other, or a mix of two, but you cannot be making too much of it. The same thing applied. That's a minefield. We look in the back, and it's back under fire, on fire, etc. So you have different things for the same, on the same card. I don't really like that idea because it's cardboard, cheap to make, cheap in cost, and the company is cheap to make them reverse different. The same apply for here. You got your German infantry, your Soviet infantry, and on both sides also the same thing. So you cannot have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 infantry. You have 16 infantry, but it's different here. That's infantry, so you cannot have the same. That's a full squad, that's a half squad. So you cannot have a big infantry army. You have the choice between one or the other. The same apply for the Soviet. So there's 3 mortar, 4 mortar team, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MG42 gun. On the other side, we have infantry team or squad. So one or the other. You cannot have a bunch of those and a bunch of infantry squad. Again, cardboard, cheap to make, cheap to print, cheap company to make it only one sheet, both sides. And to really reflect that, here's the same thing. Here you got T-34, T-34-76, T-34-76. You turn around, it's a T-34-76, T-34. So you can have so many, but not too many. They really confine you. They do have, oh, look at that, how many tanks you can have on the battlefield, but in reality, you can only have one sheet, because on the back, there's something else. Like for here, it's a half track. On the other side is a truck. So you cannot have a big game where you get a lot of equipment, because they restrain you by double up in the back and in the front. It's cardboard. It's cheap to make. You have the rule book, basic and advanced rules. So really interesting. I'm gonna make video to go all the basic rules. So we'll not go too much into that. Then they have what they call a playbook, and basically when you build your force, how to build your force. If you would like to build your own force and have your own scenario. If you decide, you can also play some scenario made by them. So for example here, it's scenario 1. They give you the map, how to place your forces or where they goes, if there's any special rules on that to build, and then your forces. So we can see scenario 1, it's really basic. It's tank against tank. There's no infantry, no gun team, no airplane or anything like that. So it's perfect for learning. I think I'm going to play that to go through all the steps of playing the basic rule. You got scenario 2, where they increase the amount of vehicle, and then when you arrive scenario 3, they make the infantry, transport vehicle, gun team into the mix. So it's a step-by-step of learning with different scenario. I like that. And as the scenario increase, I think the difficulty of the game to play increase with it, because you have more object to learn into the game. So there's 7, like scenario 8, and you see the force increase constantly. You got armored vehicle, you got infantry, you got mortar team, you got MG42 team, you got truck. So each new mission increase the level of difficulty to play the game or make it a bit more complex. So scenario 10, so there's 10 scenarios. In the back here, they call German unit summary chart. So I don't know, we'll look into it and more in detail on the future video. Here, this book is optional rules. So first book was basic rules and what do they call it? Advanced rules. And you can have optional rules, but I don't think you need to play those if you're not comfortable with it and you're just learning the basic rules. And when you get more in line with it and understand, you can go to more advanced rules. But they are all here. They have example. They have little explanation with scenario to make you understand. So it can be to increase the level of difficulty and make it more fun for you to play the game if you are really into it. Next, what we have is a board game. I remind people it's a board game. So technically, the table you play is a board table. It's a hard cardboard. Like this is our cardboard. See the thickness. If you play Monopoly, it's a hard board game. It's thick. This is a piece of paper. One side. They are making different things on both sides of the cardboard for the thing, but they are so cheap. They make only one map, one-sided, so they not print both sides. When we talk about cheap, we go with that. Oh, see, all sorry about that, it's really difficult. It's two maps attached here by the center, or they should be attached or not, or the cutter did not cut. Maybe the cutter did not cut. But that's pretty big map. You cannot see on the card because it's too big. Give me a second here. So you cannot see on the table, but basically it's 34 inches in length, so about 86 centimeters. And the width is about 22 inches, so 22 inches, about 56 centimeters. If there's only one map, why they cut the middle here and not cut the end? If there's a double map, then it should be cut all the way. If there's only one map, it should be attached completely. And like I said, it's paper thin, so cheap and crappy that just opening it, I broke the map. I scratched the map here. It's I'm gonna have to put scotch tape to hold it together. So, not too happy with that. Crappy board thing. And then to close it again, I have to guess how it closes. And you can see it is already broken, brand new, just out of the box. So you're going to play 2-3 games with that, and it's going to be good for garbage. Here's, because like I said, I opened it before. There's game card C and D in the back. So for more advanced rules, there's two. So if you are two players, you get each one. Not too bad. See, here is one small card here, while the other one is a smaller card. Really like two different size, two different orientation of the card. Well, people who designed that, not too impressed with them. You get Panzer turn track, transport summary track, and idle unit track. So basically, if you want to follow where you are in your movement and so on, that's probably what you use for. Transport summary track, same thing here. Idle unit track to follow where they are. And if you discover or not, I assume we'll see when we do more video and detail the game. In the back, you got some explanation of the card, how it is, how you can read them and what they mean. So pretty good. We'll go in detail in future video with that. So you got two of those. What we got here. And basically what you have in this card, it's exactly what you have here. Ways of, on top of being cheap on paper and cardboard, they are redundant in their stuff on cheap cardboard or paper thickness. The last few items I have is the data card for the game. Made of cardboard, so extremely cheap. So they will break pretty fast. And look at that. Why you should not be surprised with that. You got German force on one side, and you have the Soviet force on the other side. If you play alone, I assume it's a good thing because you can see, easy to find what the card is. But actually, if you choose to play, for example, the Panzer 3M in the German force, and you don't play the T-70 in the Soviet force, then it's use of only one side. So I don't know the use of that. And if you are two people playing, one play the German, so you give them the German card, and then you give them the German card. Because the Soviet, they are in the back here. If you want to give the card to the Soviet, you give them the card, and the German don't have any card because they are all Soviet on the other side. You got two people playing, and two people have to share the same card. Shoot me now. So that means, think about that, you play Monopoly, and you got the three blue house here, that terrain that you purchase. So they give you the card in Monopoly, and if you look in the back of the card, they are for the three ground on the other side of the map that someone else can purchase. So what you do, you share the same card. Really, it's cardboard, cheap to make. Cheap company, they put them on the same with a glossy on it. Let me show you something that is a way better quality from another game. Give me a second here. As you can see, it's a glossy cardboard, pretty thick. This one is from another game, it's called Flames of War. They are the same. See, that's an Aero Rifle company and gave you the stat with what can they do and the rate of fire, etc. And if they have special rule, they are put in the back here. And if you have different options, they are marked here. And the price of your unit is marked in the back. Here they put everything in front. The number of points, etc., etc. So what you got on both sides, you got only on one side, so they pack the front of the card, and in the back, they put another unit, and they pack the unit there. And instead to have one card per unit with special rules or anything like that, they put that here, the special rule. Everything is small writing because they have to give space for everything because they want to pack everything on that space. While they could have a smaller card and nice placing on the stuff. Also, this is cardboard, but with a plastic finish on it or glossy finish. This is thick cardboard with a glossy finish on it, but you can see the cardboard is already peeling, and I'm just putting it out of the box. And the last thing, it's the dice. So that last thing we have in the box is the dice. You got two white dice, one red, one black. And they have those funny form that go up to 10, so there's 10 points on each dice. So basically when you roll them, there's always on top showing what's the point. Through the game, as I can see, I saw online, is one is for your 10, So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and that is for the low number. So that would be like 86. This would be like 77. So you have one to one opponent, one to the other. So if you are two playing, so everybody got their dice. So that is always the 10 plus, and that's the 1 to 9 or to 0. So 81 to 89, 80. There's only 2 dice. The funny part from the company is you have to buy that have all the rules, one map, the vehicle, and the dice. There's 4 expansion pack that I saw online. I already ordered expansion 4. They don't come with dice, and most of the game don't come with those. They have few, but not really few. But you have to really on this game set to play. So if you decide, oh, I would not buy that basic book, but I gotta buy an expansion, they don't provide dice, they don't provide those things, and they provide only few things if they are added to the game. So, for example, in the expansion, they have the Panzer 3 also that play. Like here, they have the Panzer 3 option. Then the expansion won't provide any cardboard for Panzer 3. You have to rely on this one. When you want a company to be cheap and screw you over, this is the best company I can show you as an example. That would be my example to show you the worst company to deal with. They are so cheap. Everything is cheap in the box. It's cheap cardboard. The board game is a paper tin. Just by opening it, as I ripped the map. I did not mention the size of each of those little things. They are 3/4 of an inch, so about 2 centimeters and a half square. You get the Panzer 4 Tiger, and in the back there's a Panzer Tiger 2. So you don't really have choice. When I looked, there was 5 Tiger 1 and 5 Tiger 2. They are on the back of each other, so you cannot have like bulge attack with Tigers and Tiger 2, because you got a maximum of 5. Because they were absolutely not to give you 10 of each on 2 sheets. No, they give you the reverse, so you decide to have Tiger, or you decide to have Tiger 2. You cannot have both on that game. That's how cheap they are. So let me rate that to finish. 1 to 5, I give them a 1 for that, because they are reversible with different things. And it's cardboard. Cheap, cheap, cheap. If you imagine playing Monopoly with cardboard instead of metal, little moving as you that represent you around the Monopoly game, it's cardboard, and you play one, and then when your friend wants to play, he plays the other side, so you have to figure out where they goes. The map board, paper tin, crap stuff that rip right away. So you have to put it somewhere that's going to stay open all the time. You have to put plexiglass on top of it, because it would all break up in no time. I give that a 1 out of 5. Those cards, you get the Soviet on the side, the German on the other side, heavy cardboard. It's already starting to fold. I give them a 0 out of 5. This, you're going to move them constantly. You're going to take them from the table, move them. It's cardboard again, not even plastic. Cheap, cheap, cheap. 1 out of 5. Really, it's a waste of money, that game. And when I said waste of money, here's the price. I pay for that over $100 Canadian on Amazon. So it's in the $60, $70 to play that. It's for 2 people, but they give everything for 1 person. 1 card for both, so you have to share. So you cannot even be playing with someone else and say, oh, I play my squad here. Oh, it's your turn. Oh, you want the card for your squad of infantry. Yeah, but I want to check the stat. Oh, no, because the other side have to play it. That's how cheap they are. It's over $100 for that book. If you want to play an play expansion, you have to buy that one. So you pay $100. The expansion costs you $100 as well, and it is as crappy as that. So really crappy game to play. Not maybe the game is not crappy to play, but everything doesn't worth the money. There's like $10 of paper, cardboard, and that, plus ink, and they ask for over $100 Canadian for that. At least Monopoly, all the little house or hotel are plastic. All those things that move are metal, and the board game is heavy cardboard that you can open and close as many times you want, and you pay $30 for that. Imagine you pay over $100 and it is that crappy. I would absolutely not recommend to waste your money on that. Having said that, I'm going to keep that box. I open it. I show it to you. Now I'm going to start to play the game. We're going to go together, step by step, learning experience to see how it goes, how it can be a fun game. And I'll give you my impression on a future video. I already said about the expansion 4. It's on its way. It's in the mail, like they said. And the minute I receive it, it's going back because it's over $100 and it's a waste of cardboard. I'm not wasting my money for that crappy cardboard. Absolutely not. So thank you for watching. Hope it clarifies stuff. There's some video they praise the cardboard. Look how shiny, how look good it is. Buy the game. They have to be paid by the company because don't waste your money on that. If you want to play the game, there's a solution for that. You can play online. It's free. So thank you for watching. See you soon. Thanks again. Bye-bye.